Hi everyone. My name is Dan. I'm playing Calder. Oh shoot, sorry. My name is Richard. I'm playing Dez. Sorry, wrong character. Dez a 39-inch tall halfling, like because the party likes to call him 39 inches. My voice is shot, so I won't be doing a bunch of Felgar voices, but Felgar
Ooh.
was fun. He met Felgar. Oh no. But he met Felgar last session and he didn't meet Felgar, but he was one with Felgar last session, and he's already over him. He's hopeful that whoever it is, I'm forgetting his name right now, is able to find something to move Felgar from his consciousness to another body. That's it.
I'm Robert. I play Maxwell. He's an aberrant mind sorcerer rocking with his penguin pal Pebble. And last session, wait, penguin pal Pebble. That's alliteration. Nice.
I know. I was thinking about that.
Last session, Maxwell was left twiddling his thumbs, waiting for the party to arrive, made some appointments, and was just chilling, just having a good old time. Very confused, but a good old time nonetheless.
All right. Hi. Eric here playing Orson Turner. He is a elemental monk. Yeah, last session, let's see. He had to work his way out of a predicament with the rest of his party, minus Maxwell, so that they were no longer fused. Upon arriving in the city, he did ask Max if he'd informed the captain of what was going on, and there was some forgetfulness there.
And a happy Wednesday evening, everybody. It's Stefan here. I'm playing Theo, our half-elf paladin of Droom. Last session it just was a very interesting. Cronenberg is a term that gets thrown around very loosely, but and he is very much with Dez as far as like making sure that the Vikram will be able to help remove Felgar from his possession.
Boo. Boo.
I'm sure Felgar can accompany us. It's fine.
Yeah. Felgar for the win.
We'll put a kid leash on him. Anyway.
Ori, we're getting a message in chat that you cannot be heard. I can hear you. Chat, can you hear Corey?
Stop the stream.
Oh, I can't hear Corey either.
Yeah. Oh,
I can hear everybody but Corey.
All right, just a second.
One moment.
Corey, come on.
He's working.
Is that better? Can you hear me now? There's like a 4 or 5 second delay, so we will. All right, good.
I hear you. You're
all right, good.
You're good.
So
we did it.
I think my computer reset audio input devices for some or other reason. So you guys didn't hear my beautiful introduction of the game. That's all right. Everybody else is more important to listen to anyway. I will start over with the previously in. Previously in Illustera. While adrift in the astral sea after a failed teleportation, our fated few conversed with Felgar, a being seemingly stuck there after a similar incident, and learned they could catch a wave of passing light and ride it home if they could get to it before the bodiless think things, as Felgar called to them, devoured their flesh. Dez opened his body to Felgar for aid, and everyone eventually escaped, though Calder brought one of these toothy think things along with him, giving it corporeal form when they arrived in an abandoned house in Throom. And Dez's body is now home to 2 entities, as we've been talking about, which proved pretty entertaining last week. Meeting up with Maxwell, they learned 4 days had passed since their little miss journey on the side. After attending to some business and debriefing Captain Banks, the party ventured to the Coronal's chambers, where they met with Travion Blackstrand, one of the counselors, and Buhan, the Aasimar advisor, about whom this whole kidnapping plot seems to circle. Frustrated by Travion's wandering and strangely empty mind, as Maxwell uncovered with his Detect Thoughts spell, the party regrouped, intent on printing some libel, finding the other Aasimar in town, and preparing for their audience with the full Coronal the following day. So we will pick up right where we left off, I guess, that evening. I believe we had Theo, Max, and Calder were going to go try and find Akamu, this other Aasimar. Orson was going to go to the shop and start potterying for the evening, and Dez was going to head to the Throom Herald and set up for the tomorrow's headline. Is that all accurate?
Yep. For me, it is. I don't know.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Let's start with Dez, I guess. Okay, so you head on into kind of the back alley warehouse that the Herald is housed at, and sneak on inside. What are you doing here?
As I sneak on inside, I'm gonna be thinking. I'm gonna be cycling different names of different headlines, but like multitasking almost, writing out the story of what's gonna be printed tomorrow, or what I hope to be printed tomorrow. And then I sneak in. Do I see any of my friends?
Yeah, you've got you see Ducey is working on some copy on the side. Hilliard is running drinks and things back and forth, and papers are spilling all over the place. And over the din of all of it, you can hear the editor-in-chief up on the balcony shouting orders to everybody down on the floor below.
Oh god. Okay. Who did you say that first name was? Sorry.
Ducey Othender.
I don't have them written down.
She is the dwarf that replaced you.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well, I'm going to go to. Is Hilliard a good idea? Yes, I will go to Hilliard. The little 12-year-old mind. Hopefully, I can. Or I don't know how old he is now, but hopefully, I can change him. And manipulate him to my advantage. So I walk him over. Hilliard.
Oh, Des! Hi! Sorry, what?
I was wondering if you could print a headline for me. Is that fine?
We're already starting to put we've already got the pages put together. Holland is really stressing out about this one.
Wait, well, just stick another page in there, all right? Is that okay?
In all of them?
Yeah, sure. If you can.
I don't know.
As many as you can, Hilliard.
Is it written?
In my head.
Oh God. I don't know. This is a little above my pay grade, Des.
Look, Hilliard. If you write this headline for me, I swear I'll pay you back in some way.
Hilly!
Call for me.
Coffee! Oh. Come in, Mr. Homestead! Give me a persuasion check.
I'm good at these. I can't roll below a 10.
I know.
Oh, that's a 17.
Just want to see how insane it is. 17. Okay. He goes, just a second. I'll be right back. And he rushes off and heads up the stairs around the corner as you're kind of like tucked against the wall. You can see a couple of the copywriters are kind of like watching you and looking at you a little bit. Ducey doesn't pay you much mind. After a minute, Holland is shouting down, "We're behind schedule. I need 50 more copies done before the end of the night here." Hilly comes rushing back down with a new stack of papers in his hand and a couple envelopes, and comes back over to you, and he's kind of doing the little dance, like he's got a, not that he's got to pee, like he's got somewhere to go. He's like, okay, what do you need? What?
All right, I need you to write this headline. All right, listen to me carefully.
Listen.
Room's downfall: Travion Blackstrand. Can you do that for me?
Throom's Throom's downfall. Travian's colon. What about Travian's colon?
No, not Travian's colon. Throom's downfall. Colon, like the 2 dots.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Travian Blackstrand. And I want this article to be about how the Coronals have a history of being very forgetful, but in certain times they suddenly are more capable, mentally speaking.
Oh, jeez.
Something like that. You got that, Haley? You got it. You might even get a promotion. Just you can credit yourself. I don't mind. I don't need to be credited. You can credit yourself.
Oh, God. I'll see what I can do, Des.
All right. Thank you, Haley.
He goes rushing off with his envelopes, barely paying you a second thought. Are you hanging out and trying to facilitate this along further, or are you going to leave it in his hands?
I'm going to wait for a bit. I don't trust this 12-year-old to do this work.
He's a little older than that now, but not that much.
Not by that much. Gotcha.
Okay, as you're standing around, kind of waiting and watching, trying to ensure that this gets into at least some of the papers, I would like you to make a stealth check.
Oh no. Yes.
Okay. You once again, as Holland is coming down the stairs and kind of like starting to walk the floor a little bit, you're bobbing and weaving and using your tiny form to hide behind tables and sort of playing a cat and mouse game to stay out of sight of him. A couple of the copywriters are like kicking you out of the way as they're working and kind of being a pest.
Sorry.
You stay undetected. You see Hilly at one point like scribbling frantically on a piece of paper as he's rushing back and forth, and coming back to that a few times. You hope that he did a decent job getting the message out there.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll just walk out as soon as I see that.
Okay.
I'll just make my way up.
All right. He is making an effort. Okay. Orson, what are you doing off in your shop tonight? Anything of note?
Yes. The goal is to create a masterpiece of pottery, best he can, that looks like a little penguin.
Okay. Okay. Give me a, I guess.
So we'll be pinching, we'll be folding, we'll be.
Give me a.
Probably no throwing for this one. It's more.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, no, not. I meant like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, yeah. I go ahead and give me a dexterity check and add your proficiency bonus because you've got your potter's tools proficiency, and this is definitely detail work. This is getting all the curves just right. Like shaping a penguin is kind of a challenging feat here.
All right, and we add our proficiency. Okay, so we'll put +2 on this. Oh, that was really close.
It worked out.
Yeah, so +2. I can't see because the dice. 23.
23. Dang. Oh, that's a dex save, not a dexterity check. So that's going to have your proficiency included already.
-2. So. Yep. So 21.
Okay, perfect. That's still excellent. Yeah, it takes you a good, pretty much the entire evening as you're working through this and trying to get all the little details. You take one of your little pen knives and kind of like etch in these little fluffy feathers, like under around his neck for like the little collar that Maxwell kind of has to keep him warm. It's a beautiful little piece. Once you get it fired and start putting a little color on it.
Glazed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a work of art. I think Maxwell will be very pleased.
That's what he's going to spend his whole evening on.
Okay. Okay. Then off to the other three of you, or I guess two of you, because Calder is quietly pensive here.
Right here.
So Theo and Max, you guys head off in search of this Aasimar Tanner, who isn't terribly difficult to find. That kind of a description definitely stands out. And asking a couple questions here and there, you're pointed right to her shop with little difficulty. As it is kind of evening at this point, the shop, like the windows are kind of closed up a little bit, but it seems like she's still inside, probably wrapping things up here.
You wanna knock something?
Yep. I was agreeing with that. Yeah, but we knock on the door or something to that effect.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of hear her holler out from inside. We're closed.
Just wish to have a moment of your time. It's not a necessarily regular business as it would be.
You hear kind of a sigh from inside, and after a second, feet come over and open the door up. Not locked, just swings it open, and you see this like alabaster skinned woman with almost jet black hair. Peek around from inside. Opens the door all the way. It's not like she's hiding behind it or anything. Although she is, excuse me, pretty like fully clothed. Like she's covered up, and she's got kind of like a headscarf on, and is sort of bundled up a little bit. Just says, look, if it's a special order or something, I'm happy to deal with it tomorrow. But I'm looking to get out of here tonight. If that's all right.
Oh no, of course, and we only wish to take a moment of your time. My name is Theodoric. This is my friend Maxwell and Calder.
Yeah.
She kind of looks the three of you up and down, and your audaciously clothed selves, and just says, Akamu, nice to meet you.
We've been recently made aware of a plot that affects the Asimar and the city of Thrum. Potential kidnappings. Yes. Well, you as well as what was it? Buhan, in the main city. We have reason to believe that people. We have evidence and reason to believe that people potentially would be kidnapping, you and him. We wanted to make you aware of it and wanted to check and see if you had noticed anything strange recently.
No, nothing in particular. Yeah, I keep pretty quiet. I just do my work. Work my leathers. I don't know why anybody'd want to take me.
Have you heard of the phenomenon where all the ASMR went out? It happened a while ago.
I mean, I know there aren't very many of us, but I didn't realize it was like a kidnapping or anything.
Yeah, a lot of ASMRs went extinct or got kidnapped or something to that effect. And your numbers kind of dwindled. That's why it's hard to see everybody or see another one of you. We met with a certain individual that was looking for ASMRs to help out in this. I quite can't remember if it was a ritual or some sort of thing, but he just needed your kind to help him. And I fear that might be linked to why the why the numbers went down a while back.
You think they're coming for me?
Yeah. Maybe because you people are so unique, so light. That's all I can use to describe you. And I figure that's they're not using you for you, but more so for maybe the power that you have inside.
I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that.
We've let the city guard know. We've let the main people in the Coronal know. Yeah, the council know. They seem only slightly concerned with it, but we do find these threats to be credible as they came from first-hand sources. we wanted to make sure that you were aware of it, and if there's anything that, I mean, do you live? This may sound forward, but do you live alone?
She kind of gets a little guarded. Says, "No, I've got some flatmates."
Good, good. I would recommend that you stay with them as much as possible.
Who are you?
I am a Theodoric Forest
And
from the
you
Temple of.
and you work for the city?
Not in a matter of speaking. I serve Droom.
I guess if the guards know, I should be fine, right? Is this happening in the city?
They have a way to get in, which is a little concerning.
Where'd Syrinscape go?
Syrinscape, no.
Syrinscape, no.
Damn you!
Is my camera glitching for anybody else, or is it
Yeah,
just
it's glitching for me.
1 second,
That's
Theo's
glitching.
face. I'll get you back.
Robert, it's also glitching for the stream, so you might. Oh, he already did what I thought.
Is my audio coming from my headset? Or?
It's coming from
Okay.
your headset. Oh,
Okay.
now Theo's. Oh, never mind. I'm watching the stream, so everything is so delayed.
I know. Okay, there. We're back. Thanks,
Eric,
Discord.
can you talk again?
What's that?
Okay, there you go. Sorry, I saw your mouth moving a minute ago, but it.
I was muted.
Okay.
Okay. But if the guards know and the Coronal knows, it should be fine, right?
They have ways to get into the city. We don't know how, but I wouldn't put your guard fully down just yet.
As I said, I would very much just suggest that you are with company as much as possible until it gets resolved.
I appreciate that. Will you let me know?
Of course.
All right.
Would you like an escort home?
Give me a persuasion check. I just want to see
There's
how convincing
Random
this is.
strangers.
He's a shiny paladin.
He is a shiny paladin.
weird.
That's true.
It's convincing enough.
Here, let me get my talking sword to explain it to you.
She goes, I'm all right. I don't live far. I'll be okay for tonight.
Would it be all right if we came and checked on you every so often?
Be my guest. Not planning on closing shop anytime soon.
Excellent. Well, had we ever decided where we were kind of like calling base of operations?
That building that we came out of. I thought it was a
Oh, well,
cave.
I'd rather. No. Well, what I mean is that like where we're staying is that where we're going to stay for the night and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah.
In case anybody needs to find us, is all. I don't think we ever.
I invited you all to come to Orson's family's home because they're not there anyway.
Oh well.
That's true.
Okay, we'll plan on that. However, for her, it's if you need to get word to us, just get it to the Temple of Droom. Ask for Vikram Thule, and he will make sure to get it to me.
I will. Thank you.
And you heads off and everything. And what was that?
There's a moth. Sorry.
Oh, there's a mob.
I got this like Discover credit card thing, and I just have the letter. It's just like swat it away from me. I'm not trying to kill it. I just want to bring it away.
You're just trying to shoot.
Go away from the lights.
Well, and as we head away, Maxwell just kind of he leans over, and Maxwell's like, "Just do me a favor, don't tell the Vikram I offered him as my messenger."
Doesn't matter either way to me.
And we'll head back to Orson's.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you head back to Orson's family's house. Everybody catches up there at some point or other in the evening. You guys rest unimpeded and pleasantly. There are beds. Some of them are a little small, so Des probably takes one of the kids' beds. You've got what, 3 of them to pick from?
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys nap overnight. Go ahead and take a short rest. Spend any hit dice if desired, etc., etc. You fix up.
I don't think I get anything back.
They-
Assist.
Sorry, real quick. It's just, I can just imagine it's Des like, top bunk. And Felgar's like, no, bottom bunk.
Oh my god. Absolutely. I
Really?
totally missed that opportunity.
I as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna go to Orson and be like, "Hey, Orson, I was just wondering. I'm still trying to build my legal case, and I bring out like a lawyer's binder, um, and I like there's a ton of papers in there, and I say, I need to for lack of a better term, emotionally manipulate the people who are sentencing him. So I need to make a story about a family man. This is a family man that's doing something for his family. That's the angle I need to go for. But I need things to help me do that. So is there like certain pictures, certain gifts? Are there certain gifts that maybe he gave to your family that I could use? I need something.
I don't know him at all.
I need something, Orson. I mean, is there like a picture in your house? Do you know?
I don't. Do you recall that I was missing for 20 years?
No, I understand, but I felt like if you knew what your house looked like, you could tell what
This isn't.
different.
But this isn't my house.
Where are we?
This is my. I'm assuming daughter's house, Corey.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean your house. I mean your daughter's house. That's what I meant. But like, is there any place that a picture would be typically put up, and now there's no picture, but oh whoa, there's a wall here that has a picture on it that you've never seen before, and maybe that one's Keefe.
I mean, Des, just take something and make a
All
story.
right, I'll look around. I thought going to you first would be
It's
more
a good
beneficial.
idea, but I've been, like I said, I never met
Yeah,
the man.
whatever,
I mean, we
Orson.
met him in the grave with the undead. I didn't even know who he was.
You're no help. Anyway,
I mean, you could talk about how his daughter's named after my dead wife.
his daughter. Ooh, that's some good stuff. What's your dead wife's name? Sorry, I don't mean to intrude. What's
Rhea.
Ray? All right. I'm so sorry, Orson. I didn't realize that could come up. Sorry, I'm really, really focused on this case.
It's been some time. It's okay.
All right. Rhea. So your late wife's name is Rhea. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And your granddaughter's name that. That's your granddaughter's name.
That would be my great granddaughter.
Oh right. Oh shoot. So was that their first child?
No, I think she was the little one, right?
She was the little one. That is their second.
Rhea is Keefe, and what's Keefe's partner name?
Oh boy, which one? I think it's Georgina, right?
Georgina.
Yeah, Georgie the second. Georgie twos.
And who is Georgina named after?
Do we have Georgina named after someone?
Georgina
I mean-
is named after her mother.
Oh, so it's
Okay.
great.
So Georgina is your granddaughter. Cecil is your daughter.
Oh yeah.
Georgina
You're right.
is her daughter. Yeah, Georgina 2 is hers, and Rhea is your great granddaughter.
Great. Right. Several steps.
I want to play an
The
old guy with a
Olsen
huge
family
family.
That's what I did. I can't remember. There's so many of them. I don't know.
All right, thank you. That was good information. And I'm just gonna go sneak around the house. Well, not sneak around the house. I'm gonna go around the house in my underwear, because I just woke up, looking for, looking for Orson's family, or a picture of Keefe, or anything that like how the toys from Toy Story have Andy scratched on them. Like if something has Keefe scratched on it.
Ooh, interesting. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Sure, man. Oh, I'm good
While
at
he's doing
those.
that, Orson will go whip up some breakfast.
Oh, it's all
Okay.
right.
You find a lot of stuff with the names Rhea and Tegan carved into them, or an R and a T carved onto different things. Clearly, they are possessive children, or maybe you don't like to share too much. Finding something with Keefe on it is a little more challenging. You do find a small little locket that has a drawn picture of Georgina II in it, but that's about as close as you get.
All right. Orson, can I take this locket? Is it fine if I just put it for the case?
Oh shit! Fire! Flame out! Flame out! What? Yeah. Yeah. Take what you need, Des.
And can I take their toys too? It has like engraving. I feel like Keefe would have engraved their names on it.
As long as you put them back.
I might not remember. Sure.
Just buy him new toys.
All right. So I put the toys that have their names etched into them, and then I take the locket as well.
Okay. Yeah, you start building materials for your case here. Morning cooks along. You guys have some eggs or bacon or whatever it is Orson is whipping up for all of y'all.
Whatever we can find.
Okay. And where does the day take you from here? It is Sun's Day, the third Sun's Day of the month.
And we're meeting with them today.
You are meeting with
right?
them today, yes.
What time are we meeting them?
Max, you thinking through this, you actually don't have a specific time. You just know that you have a meeting with them today.
As we're eating the eggs, Orson so nicely cooked for us. Thank you, Orson. I just want to give thanks. I know I don't really usually eat breakfast around a table like this anymore, so I really appreciate this moment. And I also wanted to give appreciation. I don't know where you're at, Felgar, but thank you for being so quiet last night, this morning. I'm happy I didn't. I mean, I did have nightmares, and I think it's this knife that's giving me nightmares. And I pulled out Rakdos right knife. But I'm glad you weren't in my dreams. I appreciate that.
I've just been thinking.
Oh God, he's here.
Getting used to the bodies. It's nice.
Bodies?
It's nice.
What bodies?
Your body, everyone's bodies. All the warmth.
Oh God.
Felgar, how was it to sleep in a bed?
So good. Oh, I miss pillows.
Makes sense.
Well, Felgar, hopefully you're gonna be able to sleep by yourself instead of having to share your space with somebody else.
Oh, not
Soon.
a problem. Happy to share.
Oh, I'm not. No, thank you. Theo,
Okay.
do you think Vikram would have his research ready by now, or should we wait a bit?
I mean, is the well, I'm sorry. Did we say we didn't never determine the time in which we were going to need to go to the place? So we can stop by on the way and see.
Yeah, all right, I'd appreciate that.
See where they're at see where they're at. I fingers crossed. He didn't sound too sure.
Let's hope he sounds more sure today.
I agree.
All right.
One moment. I have one more thing. Go over to the oven and I'll take on some bread. Calder, this is for you.
Oh,
Thought
thank you
maybe
so
you'd
much.
be more comfortable getting some bread in your armor. So
It's got a thick crust. This is gonna itch.
here you go. Also, I need to swing by my shop. Or not my shop, but the shop, and I pick up the item that I made last night. It's cooling still.
No, okay.
I'm gonna.
I fired something special last night. So.
I don't know.
It's just a bowl of pots or
It's a surprise.
what is special with pottery? It's like you can make a bedazzled pot. You can make a pot that's plain and it's somehow artistic, and then you can make a pot with
You know,
lines.
Max, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised.
It's a pot with line. It's a pot with line.
Just
I'm gonna
wait.
go. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go to Calder, and I'm going to just hand out. Like I'm gonna take off my row of stars. I'm gonna hand it like in my. I'm gonna have it in my hands to give it to him, and I'm gonna like I'm giving it to him. And I'm gonna say, Calder, I had a dream, and I was thinking that in my dream, of course, I was thinking that maybe you would be better off with having this robe. You, to be honest, I don't really care about whatever material possessions, which is ironic because I feel like the only thing that we have to attach ourselves to now are our material possessions, since our lives don't really count. But anyways, that's a story for another time. I noticed that you liked your belt a lot, and I was just wondering if you had these robe, then if you're ever threatened in battle, then you could send yourself to the star plane or something, I don't know, and not be attacked. And then on top of that, it helps you be like if you got a fireball on you, then dodge it or something easier. And also if you ever get really wounded, then you could just go to the back and start flinging stars and do an insane amount of damage. Either way,
Calder kind of shakes his head as you're offering this to him, and just puts his hand on the cloak, and just says, Max, I've been thinking a lot the last couple of days, and I do love this belt. But there's no way in hell that I would run away like that unless all the rest of you were already dead. And if that happened, I already failed. You can. I
I
think
don't even know what to say that.
you can keep your robe. Not really my style anyway. And he kind of hooks a thumb into his into the splint that he's wearing and the kind of mismatched armor plates that he's got all across his body.
Des is gonna walk in and say, "Ah, dang, my robe doesn't have any. Does that robe happen to have pockets? My robe doesn't have pockets."
It so happens to have pockets. Yeah. Why?
No
You wanted or
way.
something?
Yeah, we could trade. I guess we could trade. What a great proposal.
Let me see. What exactly do you have to protect? You have a Sitchan.
Absolutely nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I have the
You know-
staff. I have this
you know what?
guitar. I have the snake.
I'll give it to you, but only for during the legal proceeding, because this robe is going to make you look spectacular,
But I'm afraid
and
that's
it's going to
not very
make,
professional.
but it'll make everyone like you.
But if it's not professional, I can't wear it.
That's a good point.
Let me just have it for a test run. How about that? Fine, you can keep it, Maxwell. Sorry, I want to try and see if I could get it. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll walk out.
No, I would go follow him and I'll
No,
like.
no, it's fine, Maxwell. It's fine. I like my robo snakes. You see, I have 6 snakes. I have 6 snakes that I can rip off. It's fine.
Yeah, they get all antsy after they get fed. This is wild.
Shut up, Orson. Shut up.
Felgar would like the rope.
It's bad.
Get out of my system.
Good thing we didn't give him syrup.
Oh, my light. Where'd it go?
All right.
No coffee.
Yeah, coffee'd be bad.
Yeah, he does not need any more energy. All right, so what's the first stop of the day? Are you hitting up the pottery studio on your way out?
Sure.
All right, you do so. This is your house. You take it away.
All right, gentlemen, if you join me for a moment, we'll go into the pottery shop. Up here, Orson walks in, and you see there's a front room with pots on display, and takes you around to the back to the workroom, and you'll see a kennel, and it's cooling. It's pretty cold now. He goes to open it up, and you still feel a little heat coming out of there, but not too bad. Just warm. He reaches in and pulls out this little penguin. And it's about, I don't know, 6 inches tall,
Oh boy.
probably. Maybe less. Oh boy, what's wrong?
Nothing. I clicked something. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Wings are sort of attached, they're out, but a little bit, like Corey was describing, feathers on it. It's painted. And he'll pick it up, and it's beautiful, glazed completely, almost like porcelain. And he takes it to Maxwell and says, Max, I told you I'd make you something special for the money, at the discount, of course. And this is what I made for you.
Maxwell's just gonna like kind of be bewildered. I thought what I got was mud. I was happy with that one.
That was a joke, my friend.
Well, thank
I'm an
you.
artist.
It doesn't have lines, but it'll do.
No
I'm just gonna
lines.
He's gonna be like, that was not a good joke. That was not a good joke. And then like kind of just like give like a pat on like the shoulder, like an awkward like pat on the shoulder.
If you take a quick look at it and you see the whole thing if you look it over, you'll see it's very smooth, very meticulous. On the bottom, you'll notice that his marks on the bottom. It's a square around it. It says LLL in there, and so that's for you. Yep.
I'm gonna put it on the ground for a second, and then I'm going to
On the ground.
I'm sorry. And then I'm gonna let Pebble like sniff it and like interact with it. See
Yeah.
how you react.
It's
That's it.
it's relatively realistic as pottery goes. So you kind of set Pebble down, and he sort of looks at it and like crooks his head all around for a second, and kind of shivers and goes up and scopes it out, pokes at it with his beak a little bit, and it sort of like rocks up for just a second as he pokes it, and then kind of looks up at you for a second, and then back at this thing, and then just kind of sits next to it and looks up at you.
Oh.
It's a
Also,
great likeness.
I'll note that it is hollow. Otherwise, it would obviously explode. You can't just fire a full lump. So you could, and maybe out of the beak is the hole. So you could maybe put something in there if you wanted to pour, I don't know, salt shaker or something along those lines out.
Oh. Well,
Just an example.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Pebble. What do we say?
Perfect. You're very welcome, Max.
Good job, Pebble. Good job.
And you are very welcome, Pebble.
He gives you
And,
just like a big beaky nod.
I'm just gonna put it in one of my inside robe pockets.
Okay.
And just like forget that the whole situation happened. He's just like really awkward about it. It's just like, okay, thank you, but like, why? So he's gonna keep going
Okay.
along like
Yeah,
it never happened.
you commissioned art from Morrison. He had to make you something.
All right.
Well,
All right.
now to the church so I can get this guy out of me.
I mean, maybe we could put him in one of the vases here.
Maybe he could be this.
Put him inside the penguin.
Put him inside the penguin.
We'll see.
All right, you guys head on over to the Sunspire. As the morning light is shining through, it catches the glass up at the top of it, and the whole thing is just kind of like glowing with the refraction. It's quite the sight in the morning here. You open the front doors and step inside, and that same kind of light filtering is beaming down into spots all around the central chamber there. It's got a very solemn spiritual vibe to it at the moment. But yeah, you head inside, and Theo, after a few moments, you flag down Vikram, and he comes over and joins all of you. It's good.
Vakram.
It's good to see you all again. He kind of looks down at Dez a little warily.
Things have slightly improved since yesterday.
Well, that's very good. I'm afraid the magics required for this kind of an exorcism, as it were, are a bit beyond what I'm able to perform. I scoured the histories we have here, and it's been done. It's possible, but it's more than I'm able to muster. I can provide a little bit of relief, perhaps, but I'm afraid your friend might be here to stay until you can find another path.
What kind of relief can you provide?
Well, there's a simple spell, and he starts casting for just a second. Des, can I get a whiz save from you, please?
A whiz save.
Oh, you're good.
Ooh.
You feel as soon as Vikram starts moving his hands like this, you feel this urge to just run, but are able to stop yourself after your body just kind of like turns to pull away, and you stop it and stay put. And he casts a simple little spell on you, protection from evil and good, and you feel, because you can always kind of sense Felgar there. As soon as the spell goes off, there's just kind of calm in your mind. It's your own space once again. And Vikram says it won't last forever. About an hour or so is all, but that's the best I'm able to do right now. I'll keep looking into it, but I'm not sure how I can help you, son.
Where can we? Do you know where we can find more information?
There are
another like a library or something of that nature.
If you wanted to go more of an arcane route, perhaps you could find some resources at the tomes, but for a practitioner like myself or a believer, I don't know if the twins over at the Stormcaller Temple could help. You could try there, or my next best option would be to recommend that you visit the elves to the north. They're far older. Perhaps they've got the kind of magic that you would need.
All right. Well, thank you, Vikram, for being such a help. I have memorized your vocal patterns as you were casting the spells, so hopefully I can mimic that as well. But we will see. Thank you very much.
Of course.
And also, Theo would have also been paying attention to what he was doing, because to basically be like, huh, I wonder if I can ask Droom in the morning as well to see if I can, because I can cast protection from evil and good as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
I also cast it with my Cittern. It helped.
But he just kind of pats Dez on the shoulder and says, I'm sorry, my friend.
It's all right. I mean, hopefully somebody knows how to get rid of Felgars.
Well, it might be, well, because again, when he said visiting the twins, the
Those two Stormforged.
the two Stormforged, it's like, we don't really care for them. It's like, well, if you wish, we can go speak with them after this is all taken care of, or we could take a trip to the elves to the north. I could speak to my father and see what kind of family members would be if there's anybody that he would recommend for us to go visit.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would love to see what these twins have to offer. It's always good to look around for better quotes. And then we'll just continue going up north, I guess.
Are you prepared, my friend?
Prepared for what? Am I supposed to be prepared?
Well, potentially. Well, we are going to speak on Keefe's behalf today, correct?
Is that today? Is that actually today?
Well, we have
They
an
were
audience.
they were going to move it. Yes.
Yeah, I believed it was today. We're having a meeting with people.
Yeah,
I don't
Captain
really
thought that
know.
it'd be good to do Keefe today as well, because she thought they would be more lucid.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, really? Oh, that's right. That's right. Damn it. Damn it. I was gonna pretend like I didn't remember, but that's true. That's such a good
Oh.
point. Well, okay. I mean,
sorry.
I don't feel 100%, but we can give it a go.
We have faith in you.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You could
He
leave
dies?
you could leave my granddaughter a widow.
After I just took her kids' toys, I'm robbing her kids and her.
No pressure.
Is this you or Felgar?
Who is this
You'll do
Keefe?
fine, Des. You'll do fine, Des.
I hope I will. Certainly hope so.
We're right behind you.
Sure. Sure.
So actually, and that's okay. When we get there, I have a couple of questions for how things are set up and everything. I don't know. I'm basically when we as we travel to the place and everything like that, I'm basically trying to set myself up kind of as and I'm hoping Calder will do like similar. Kind of set ourselves up as like Dez's hype men in a certain sense of like basically I want to potentially add intimidation checks and everything like that, just standing behind him and everything like that to be like imposing figures and stuff like that to help lead credence to whatever he says and everything, to literally back him up and
Okay.
everything as far as that goes.
Okay.
Orson has clay on his face. His apron's pretty dirty. Yeah. Definitely clay on his arms.
Is that where we're going next? Or any other stops you guys want to make or do anything before we head over there?
I'm ready. Let's do it. If I don't do it now, I won't be able to do it.
Maybe we should buy some candy before we go, if we could.
Candy.
Yeah, to keep Felgar.
Right, but this
for Felgar.
thing, this effect is only gonna last for an hour. So
Right, so you could bribe him if needed with the candy.
sure, Felgar, I'll tell you what. I know it's difficult for you to speak right now, but if you can hear me after this hour is over, if you continue to be quiet, then I'll give you some candy. How's that?
You get no response from Felgar.
That's good
Great.
parenting right there, Des.
I know you'd like the candy. Well, was that a good parenting? I'm not ready to be a parent yet. What?
What? I mean,
Too
you took
young.
on the responsibility of rescuing this man.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, I'm a father. Call me a father. I'm
Anytime,
just like
39.
you, Orson, except you had other fathers that were born from you. So I'm like you, but like super young. I'm father number 1, and my dad was father number 2. And I think, from what I understand of your confusing family heritage, you're father number 3 or 2, one of those, or 4. I have no clue.
I mean, I had a father as well, but yes.
Right, but I mean, like, from your perspective, that's what I'm saying it from.
Let's go
Congratulations,
save
Orson.
Keefe.
Let's go save Keith. Yes, we saved
We
Keith.
probably-
Let's go.
We probably need to go collect the captain and Keefe first,
Oh, that's right.
and then
I
go
also
to.
need to debrief Keith before his case, so he knows everything and he's okay with everything. I don't want me to say something and he's not okay with it.
This hour is gonna go by really quick.
It's gonna go by super quick, but no worries because I memorized the notes he's saying as he was casting that spell, so I can cast it too.
Good job, 39.
Yeah, 39. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So you guys are heading to the guardhouse for Banks and Keefe or to the Coronal's chambers?
I think we'd go get the captain. She wanted to come with us, I believe.
Yep.
That's what we had spoken of the evening before.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, you head on over there. When you present yourselves in the lobby, it takes a few minutes, but she eventually comes out from the back room and joins you guys. Well, hopefully this will be a more productive conversation today.
Hopefully it will.
Have you seen any of the Coronal?
I've not yet this morning, no. Buhan did send word that he was able to collect the papers that we turned in previously, though.
Good. That's a start.
I believe you said it would be maybe a good idea to bring Keefe with. Try and get his trial done early.
As this isn't a formal trial, he won't be allowed to be present, but given your relation and the matters at hand, it could be a good time to make your case if everything goes well there. We could bypass the trial altogether if it goes as you hope.
All right. Well, we have his lawyer, so.
Right here, I'm ready with all my papers. I pat my briefcase.
Okay.
Briefcase.
She just extends her arm and invites you guys back toward the door, and you head on up toward the Coronal's the council chambers once again. When you get there, there's a bit of a line that's already formed when you arrive. Not extending like down the block or anything, but there are several people ahead of you. And as you're going, you're standing waiting in line for, 15, 20 minutes. Des, the spell that the Vikram cast on you is definitely going to fade by the time this meeting gets started. So you will need to play yourself a song if you want to benefit from that during this at some point.
I will try to find a moment right before and do that.
Sure. As you get a little farther in to the actual building, there are people walking down the line with plates of like deviled eggs, essentially, or hard-boiled eggs, just kind of like these little hors d'oeuvre platters, offering one to everybody as they come down the line. Most people are taking them and enjoying. Yeah, they're good. Eggs are pretty common here. They're really all over the place. It's like the national food of Throom. Chickens galore. Where's my soundboard? Let's have a rooster.
Excuse me, sir. Can I have one? Me looking up. Thank you very much.
Yeah, as you guys are enjoying Maxwell, you're as you have this entire time, but have kind of just been writing them off, seeing those creepy grinning figures all around the place, just sitting here and there, smiling, watching people go by, and at one moment, you see this woman in the line ahead of you a ways, that has kind of been, I don't know, nervous or twitchy or kind of looking around. You note that where her eyes are darting around here, she's looking kind of at these things, or in their general direction. And after a minute of her like looking at one and looking at another and then starting to trace the direction of their eyes, she follows them all back and spies you farther back in the line and is just staring at you intently.
I'm gonna telepathy. Can you see them too?
No. It's only the crazy ones that can. You talk in heads too? Are you one of them?
One of who?
One of the things. I know you see them. They all see you. Who are you?
Maxwell. Who are you?
Irina.
I don't know what to do with this information.
The line keeps progressing, and she's next outside the door to head into the chambers.
Talk to me
Is
when
this
we're out.
paprika?
It is. Smoked.
Talk to me when you come back out, okay? Wave.
If I come back out, everybody's watching. They all want me dead.
The thing?
All of them. Them. The bricklayers, the tanners, the farmers, everybody.
Why?
Because I know all their secrets.
What is happening?
She, the doors open and she steps inside, and out of reach of your telepathy for a minute. Still several people to go until it's your turn to get in the doors there.
What's her name again?
Irina.
Irina.
As you guys are waiting, maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 people from the front at this point, you guys see some, a very well-dressed fellow, in like, not royal garb, but very much like aristocratic dress. He's wearing silks and has one of the little side cloaks flowing down behind him and stuff, and he has 2 attendants coming along with him, and he walks straight past everybody up to the front of the line and gets right in front of the door.
What in the fast pass is this?
Theo does go and clear his throat. Sir, the line begins back there.
Yeah.
He almost doesn't respond at first until Dez's and then he kind of like pauses and turns and looks around incredulously for a second back at you. And says, "The line starts behind me."
He said he has an entourage with him, or is he by himself?
He's got like 2 attendants with him, like not bodyguards or anything, like servants.
Theo just looks down at Des like, hold my place in line. Hold our place in line.
I will hold your beer.
I didn't say hold my beer.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I got it too.
Theo just steps up and everything, and just, I don't believe you heard me correctly, sir.
Do you know who I am?
You're in the wrong place in line. That's who I know. That's all I know.
Yeah.
The stone shears contribute a great deal of masonry support to this city. I am entitled to an audience, and my time is far more valuable than some ruffian like you.
So how far back does the line go again?
You're maybe like 8 people behind where he's at now at the front of the line, and maybe another 12 to 14 behind that.
He just calls out to everybody in the line, like, does everybody believe that this man is more valuable than them?
No. No.
I mean, the longer we stand here, the more eggs. So
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh man, here we go. Oh, here we go.
oh shit,
Yeah. Let's
natural
go.
19.
Oh yeah.
You get you don't get a lot of what am I trying to say? Like physical aggression or anything, but you do get some booze and like some guys like, yeah, I'm still tending a stall today, but I had to take time to come do this, and yeah, clearly not happy about it. And this fellow just kind of turns his back to you and faces the door and waits.
Okay. Theo goes ahead and puts a hand on his shoulder.
Okay, Calder is definitely right up there with you, helping with this.
It's like, here. Apparently you left your spectacles at home. Let me escort you to the end of the line.
Unhand
And then
me.
he just he does not. Theo's not in the mood today.
Okay, you and Calder like pick him up by the arms and escort him to the back of the line. His 2 attendants are like wide-eyed and horrified at what is happening right now. And as you are
real quick, Theo just kind of looked at them, you know, probably like along with Calder, just like with a dare me, you know, as they continue on.
as you're dragging him along, he just is shouting out, Lord Enric Wilmington Stoneshire III will not let this pass. You will regret this. What is your name?
Theodoric Forrest of the Temple of Droom.
Temple of Droom. We go to the Stormcaller Temple. As you set him down.
We can't all be perfect.
You drop him at
Four great
I
justice.
love this video. I love this video.
You drop him at the back of the line, and he is just fuming back there behind all of these peasants. And his attendants immediately rush up and are like trying to fan him or offer him a drink or something, and he just like knocks it out of their hands and is being super pissy at the back of the line here.
It was Lord Edric.
Oh yeah, good call.
What was his name again?
His name was...
Or what did he say his name was?
Something the third.
It was like Lord Eric or Lord Edric. Yeah, I should probably make a list of enemies that we're making that I'm thinking today.
Goodness.
I got my little black book ready to go.
The line carries on. It's maybe another 30 minutes or so until you guys are at the front door and are about to head inside. Banks kind of steadies herself with a breath as they open the doors, and you all head inside.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you wanted to play your song, yeah.
Felgar, go away, come back another day.
Those are the
I will
words.
go inside. Yes, that's exactly what he
I
said.
love that. I love that.
The last thing, I'm sorry, real quick too. But the last thing Theo did, like when he got back to everybody, he's like, "I'm sorry, I got emotional there."
You did awesome,
That was pretty.
Theo.
That was pretty cool.
Sorry, you did awesome.
Okay.
You advocated for all the people in this line, and that deserves to be celebrated. Theo Calder. Theo Calder.
Calder.
I tried.
It's hard to get it on the beat. It surprised me.
Not that hard. All you gotta do is Theo Calder.
Oh.
Oh God.
Negative performance skill.
Fireworks.
I'm not that good at it.
You guys head inside, and the chamber there's kind of an air of activity among it today. As you're coming in, the person that was there before you is heading out the other direction. They look, I don't know, relatively pleased with the outcome. Maybe a bit of a jaunt in their step. As you are approaching the bench, there are 5 members up there. Buhan is seated at the advisor's chair on the left. There is another human, middle-aged or so, sitting in an advisory position on the right side. Banks, as you're walking up, kind of leans over and just whispers in your ear. Here, I'm gonna paste this in so you guys have names, because I know you're gonna ask me for spellings and stuff. So. From left to right, you have Buhan, advisor.
That's how you spell Buon? Oh.
Travion, one of the council members, seated to the right of a fairly regal-looking female elf with long braided blonde hair, but then advises her name is Imril Omberdon. On her other side is a dwarf with not the best of skin. It looks kind of like pockmarked and broken. Long braids down the side of her face, and like a pound of jewelry on either ear easily. And then on the other side, in the other advisory position, is another human male that she advises is named Dag Dreskel, who has been serving the council in an advisory role for about 10 or 20 years or so. Long service here. So you guys approach the bench. And as you do, I'm going to turn the music off for this just because I find it distracting.
You've been hearing music? I haven't.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So I don't know why the pipe program that I've got that pumps the music into Discord, but also lets me stream it, is not working for some reason. So the audience has music and stuff, but y'all don't. Sorry.
All good.
Yeah. So you guys stride on up. A guard announces your arrival, and the 3 figures, the 3 council members that make up the Coronal, are seated, looking straight forward, and Imril just gestures towards you with a hand and says, please proceed, make your case.
So are we talking about the Keefe stuff now? Is that like what's happening? Or were we going to talk about something else?
What are you guys talking about? That's on you.
Should have planned this earlier.
We should start with them attacking the city.
Talk about
and
the
then
attack.
roll Keefe into it.
All right. Well, hello, good evening, or sorry, good afternoon.
Morning.
Sorry, I get too caught up in the time. I'm not trying to take much of your time, but we have really pressing matters today coming to you. I believe it was yesterday we had come in and talked to Travian Blackhand. Sorry, Blackstrand. I apologize. I'm so caught up on what I'm trying to say because I do think it's an important and pressing matter. So essentially, what's happening is that there are these group of people that are creating this plot to what we know of kidnap Asamar for Kardak's benefit. To what end will that create? We don't fully understand, but we do understand it's 100% for Kardak's benefit and nobody else's.
Well, that is concerning, of course. Buhan did mention this to us during our morning meeting, that you had advised of this supposed threat yesterday, and that there is some credibility to the sources based on information that you provided. But my understanding is that there is no significant military threat to the city at this time. Is that correct? This is some minor what am I trying? Like an infiltration operation. Is that accurate?
Well,
Well,
although it doesn't pose a large military threat, this is by no means a minor threat. They are, we believe, they're looking for the Eye of Alistair, um, which we had gathered intel for when we were escorting your Lieutenant Allhan back to Throom from down south in the ruins. So
Buhan reaches over and slides the stuff that you guys had found onto the table in front of them for them to peruse further.
I nod
One
towards Buhan.
one thing that my friend here forgot to mention as well. While there's not a large military threat, General Mahdi is involved, and I believe he is planning a precision strike, sneak in, get what he needs, and get out. Not a full blown attack. He's going to steal this protection from Throom and take it to Kardak. He was very clear about that.
Travion pipes up, just says, well, even if he were to somehow get past all of the guards, the thing is nearly 5 feet across, far too large to move discreetly. Unless the entire city has fallen, I assure you the eye is safe where it is. And there is definitely a sharpness to his speech, like a coherence that he was lacking yesterday, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
he
Well,
had some people with him. One of them could turn into animal,
Mm.
summon these drastic effects, and the other one could be really sneaky. Like they even what I forget, but
He had resources, is what you're trying to say.
exactly.
He had very powerful resources at his disposal, as well as that he had plans. He had, from the notes that we were able to, from the notes that were provided, are they credible? Are those maps credible for infiltration?
They kind of look at each other for just a second before Imrol replies, I will confirm that the information that he was trying to obtain from these is relatively accurate. There are a few missing details that, respectfully, we're not going to share at this time. He may be able to deduce where the eye is in our structure.
Our main goal here was to inform all of you of this threat. Not to stop it. We don't know what you have in place to protect the city, and I'm sure you do have it under protection, but we wanted to let you know of the extra threat that may be coming. Also, that he told us that he had his ways to do things in the city, so I'm sure he has spies potentially, or people maybe under thumb. That is one of the reasons that we got involved in the first place. He did take one of these men under his thing, threatened his family with death, and he's currently imprisoned. This man, and we were hoping to seek his release after all of this coercion.
Seek the release of someone who gave up state secrets.
well, you see here, with that amount of resources that they have at their disposal, that means they have power, and power means influence and the manipulation of influence. And we believe this man, his name is Keefe Ratley, is under your imprisonment. We believe he was affected by this influence of misused power, and anybody in Thrum could have easily been subjected to that if their family was subjected to potentially being killed. we actually know of the family that might have been in the crosshair of whoever this group is. It's actually Orson's family. My friend Orson here, he has a very large family. You would have been losing a lot of people, especially a master potter of Thrum. Don't you think that's a valuable asset to you? I understand it may be small. I understand it may be insignificant, but Keith has a family that he's trying to look after. I mean, look, look at these toys I have. They have little names of his kids scratched into them. Isn't that the effort of a father? I mean, and clearly he loves his wife with this locket. I just think it's worth considering that Keefe should be, although you may see it unfair to be released. I think it's very important to consider the fact that he may be um might have been under duress when doing what he did.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, baby.
Get after it, Des. Come on.
Nice.
Okay. They almost without pause come right back at you and say, whether or not the prisoner was coerced, did he not still act against Thrum? We all have to be doing our part to protect this city. This sort of paradise that we have built here has lasted for 462 years, ever since the eye was recovered, and we don't intend to let it slip by allowing weak links in the chain. Now, that said, I do understand that there was outside influence, that perhaps this Keefe's mental state was not up to par with what we require here in the Coronal's chambers. As such, perhaps it was our fault to have set him at a task not befitting his abilities. I motion to waive the treason charges if he agrees to 2 years of military service. Motion to approve? Second. Third. Unanimous approval. The matter is resolved then. If there is nothing else?
Nothing else. Thank you very much. We hope for the goodness of Thrum, for your continuous rule, democratic rule over Thrum. We appreciate your service, and anything that we can do to help you, rest assured, we're just a call away.
Well, if you are intent on providing further services to Thrum, we would pay a handsome reward for the head of General Mahdi of Kardok, who proves to be a lingering threat to our way of life after his efforts to siege the city several years ago. Return with proof of his death, and we would be in your debt.
Sure thing.
One last thing.
We can.
The last thing that just one more thing too. We had approached yesterday mentioning to Buhan about the other. Oh gosh, what's the word?
ASMR.
Oh, not ASMR, but the other, not threat, but plot. The other plot against the ASMR. We have reason to believe that Mahdi and their sort and everything are trying to gather up the remaining Asmar for whatever nefarious purposes. We already took it on ourselves to, warn Akamu, the other Asmar that we know of in the city, of this. With everything that we've seen and everything that has happened so far, I must once again implore some kind of caution. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they would want this, and I can't even begin to fathom at this moment. But yesterday, it seemed like we were dismissed without. It seemed like we were dismissed without any kind of credence. I just don't want to make sure that that you are safe, and also, especially after meeting Akamu yesterday, I hope that she remains safe as well.
We were not at our best yesterday. Our apologies. These petition days are the most efficient means for us to deal with grievances and challenges like this throughout the city. So for future reference, if possible, please try to schedule a meeting here as you've done today. Buhan is, of course, a valued servant of Thrum and is afforded the same protections as other prominent members of the council. If he wishes to obtain additional protections, he has that right. But currently, Thrum's priorities are in securing the southern border and preventing another attack from Kardok, as you well know, I'm sure.
Of course.
Motion to dismiss the request for additional security for Advisor Buhan. Second. Third. Unanimous dismissal. The matter is resolved. As to what is to be done with this other Aasimar, citizens within Throom, aside from the bit of crime here and there, are relatively safe, and truly, death in Throom is fairly low by standards. If you look at Cardok, if you look at any of the other cities around the region, as far east as the Frozen Isles with the elves.
Real quick, he gives a quick side glance to Dez and just kind of like,
I was looking like you both died in the city.
I just thought of that.
sorry.
If Akamu, this other Aasimar, has a home elsewhere, perhaps it would be safer for her to bunker down and hide. Or perhaps if she has the wherewithal and the mental fortitude to serve in a position as your unfortunate nephew did, perhaps they could work in our chambers here, and we could offer a greater measure of protection with our enhanced guard.
Understood. Thank you.
If there's nothing else,
Nothing else. Thank you very much.
okay.
We'll be out of your hair.
They motion to the guards to bring the next one in. And before you're even out the door, this one is already like coming up the walk to them. Like this is snapping along here.
As we pass by Enric in the line and everything. How many people away is he at this point?
He's about, I don't know, 7 or 8 people back at this point. As you are coming out, as you are like about to leave the chamber, all of you feel this kind of like shockwave of energy ripple through your bodies as a pulse of the heart of Zolfiria beats and sends that echo throughout the city. The Coronal behind you announces, and that will conclude today's petitions. Send the rest away. They can return next week.
That's funny.
Wait, what? Wait. There's a heart and there's an eye. Are they two separate things or the same thing?
It's the heart of Zolfiria, which is a dragon,
There's
and the heart of
two different
Alistair,
things.
which I believe I'm not.
The eye.
Sorry, the
I
eye
am
Alistair.
Master.
They are
This city's
separate
a whole
things.
body. This city's a body.
Wait, real quick. Did the person? So the person came in right behind us and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right after they came into the chamber that they announced that everything's done for the day.
Yes.
It's right after the heart pulse.
After the heart.
Yeah. After that
Oh.
heart pulsed through.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did they kick the person that was in there out? So are they like coming out behind us?
That person
Yeah.
is coming out behind you. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
Interesting.
it's like early mid-afternoon at this point. We'll call it like 2 o'clock or so, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Do I see? What was? Irina.
Irina, you. Where are we here? She came out.
She was in front of us in
Oh,
the
I
line.
missed that. Yeah, no, she would have come out ahead of you, escorted by a guard somewhere else into, like, if you guys are coming in from the right side, she was escorted out and taken out to the left, as she came out of the chambers there. You don't see her around immediately.
Do we know, having been in the city and whatnot, does the heart pulse on like a schedule, or is it random?
It does pulse on a schedule, yeah. Roughly every sun's day, sometime in the afternoon, it tends to beat. Occasionally it flutters at other times, but it's pretty regularly on sun's day.
Okay.
As you guys are coming out, you do, lingering in the lobby there, the aroma of deviled eggs lingering in your nostrils. You do see a bald older gentleman with a big ass mustache making his way up the steps toward the chamber. Des, this is your old boss.
I need a hand. I need a hand. So, Theo.
Give me another stealth check.
Oh no.
As soon as Des does
Great
that,
distraction.
Theo would
Come on,
be
one.
Theo would be like moving slightly to try to help him. Can I like assist?
Sure. I will say you can give him advantage on this. Like you place your shield down on the ground and kind of lean on it.
It's not happening.
Oh goodness!
Des, you hide behind the shield and you try to time it so that you're gonna shift around it as he passes, but you completely miss, and you end up coming around like right in front of him.
It's so embarrassing.
He's got like a piece of paper in his hand and looks kind of grumbly as he walks by, and he kind of almost doesn't notice you at first, and then does. Des?
Hey. Hi.
Oh.
How are you?
That's actually Felgar.
What are you doing here? You died. I watched you die.
Who are you? This is like Des's voice now. Who are you? I have no clue who you are.
He's like, you little troublemaker, are you responsible for this? And he
Wait.
shakes a piece of paper in your
I
face.
think I know you. You're my father's best friend.
Farin Desja.
Who's that?
Give me a deception check.
Does that work?
Let me.
We'll find out.
Hold on. I need to insight this.
This is funny.
I'm watching you, and he just carries on and heads
No
heads
way.
inside.
I hear the newspaper today is really good though.
Heads on in, past like the central chamber and down the hall with a guard.
And I just walk away. You holy crap! That was that again. Let's leave.
Did Des,
Alright.
I forget? Did Des tell them what he did?
I don't
who?
think Des has mentioned what he did last night. No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, it's Des, is there something you need to tell us?
Nothing. I just kind of played my hand with the newspaper system. I think it's a great article if you want to read it today. Just saying.
Was it the Guccini?
No, it wasn't the Guccini. I believe I already did that. I'm not sure. Too many headlines in my head. That today was the Travian Black. It was the Travian Blackstrand one. Yeah, you should read up on it. It's nice. It's very informative. I hear.
Can we go find a copy of the Throom Herald?
Sure. Yeah, you pick up a copy for a silver, and
I will specifically go to
because all he did was give the title of the all you did was give the title and said just make up the story however you want.
I'll specifically go to Cicely's like spot, or what I remember Cicely's spot being.
sure,
and
yeah, her route.
I'll buy her. I'll buy a thing.
Okay. You walk up and with the crew and join her. She's happy to see you. Tosses you a paper. Just kind of winks at you, no charge.
Oh, no, really. I mean, I would pay you, but I'm broke. I have no money. Can anybody else pay her? Like,
I give her a silver. I gave her a silver.
Perfect.
Thank you, Theo. Thank you.
You don't have any money? Didn't they give you money?
I don't have any money written down. I don't know if that was an actual.
We've discussed this several times, and we gave you money.
No, but I don't know how much money I had.
I think he gave you like 25 gold or something.
Oh
Yeah.
Should I just
Yeah.
put 25 gold?
Check your sheet. Are you not keeping track of your money on your sheet?
I took all my money out of my sheet when I died.
Right.
First time or the second time? Oh yeah, that's right.
And became
Yeah.
14 different snowmen.
All I have to say is that D&D Beyond makes managing my money and everything in the game easy. I can keep track of all of my gold and platinum and electrum. And
I'll just put 25 gold. Is that fair, Corey?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm not sure. I don't.
Probably more.
I think
but
what Calder
whatever.
has on his sheet is actually what he's snagged or tucked away. So I'm just going to leave that alone. So yeah, you
I
add
think so.
25
I
gold
feel
to
like
your sheet.
Calder. I thought he gave it back to him when we got
He
to the
did.
cave. But
He did.
He
okay.
did.
I
Yeah.
think he
Alright.
did, but I don't know.
Yeah, it just didn't
Doesn't
make it
remember
on
what he said.
onto your side of the sheet, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'll also give Cicely a gold piece. I'll tip her.
Oh,
You say you're broke and then you tip.
thanks, Des.
You're doing so
I
good.
forgot.
He found his money pouch. He found his money
Oh,
pouch.
thanks, Orson. Oh, here, have this.
She goes, yeah, something weird in the paper today. Hilly said he wrote a special story or something.
Yeah, he's a great writer. Oh wow, this headline. What do you think about the headline? Just
So yeah, what does the headline say? Does it say exactly that?
yeah.
It says Travion Blackstrand, corrupt city official. And then the text goes on to describe how he's forgotten the details of like a bunch of contracts for the city, and rumor has it that sometimes he forgets his own name when he's off duty, and basically that he's getting old and he should be voted off the council at the next election. Like he can't cut it anymore.
I mean, it's not the truthful storytelling I would have rather appreciated, but this is as close as somebody like as inexperienced as Hilly is. This is as close as you can get to the truth, which it's fine.
Well,
We'll learn.
Is there any sources cited in the
No.
in the paper? Okay, good.
It's definitely rumor and speculation.
Yeah, there's not even
Good
an author for the article. It's just like a page kind of slipped into a couple of the a few issues.
God.
That's
Oh
funny.
my god.
Hilarious.
So with that,
Great article.
audience concluded, and this little storyline maybe not satisfactorily wrapped up, but returned to Throom. Keefe's trial closed and everything. That's going to give you the last bit of XP to get up to level 4 whenever you guys want to dig into that.
Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Well, I did say I wanted to.
We have to train for a week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Boys.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Just
Well, I
one
was
week.
going to say
2 weeks?
No,
either
just
one
1
week.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say after that, either which way after that day and everything, I was gonna say no, can we please take a long rest to go ahead and get rid of any strife and fatigue and stuff like that we would have,
Yeah.
and just be fully rest up before whatever we do. So that's a perfect opportunity for us to take a week off.
There you go. Yeah.
And
Yeah, we don't have any plans. We could keep checking up on your new what's her name? Yep, check on her. See if
Akamu.
anything.
Akamu,
Yes.
our new pet project.
Go talk to Keefe, obviously. Make sure he's good with 2 years of military service. I think it's a good deal, other than being hung.
Yeah, that
or
seems
whatever.
that seems fair.
However they kill people or execute people in Throom.
Well, I was gonna say it's even if he goes to prison, that's potentially better than the alternative at this point. So yeah, it wasn't a perfect outcome. Oh, that's great.
How
Wait-
do they execute people? Do they feed them to Throom's mouth? There's
Death by
eye.
disintegrate.
The heart and the eye. There's a secret mouth that everybody who's
There's a mouth.
executed gets fed to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm calling it. Or he made Throom a living creature. 100%.
The main road is
Well,
actually a tongue.
The eye,
Yes.
5 feet.
Oh my god, it's like that.
It's a giant. It's a
It's Monster
giant
House.
mimic. This titty's a mimic.
Titty's a minute. 100%. You just casually see an eye open up on a wall, and someone's like, "What?" and it closes.
That's the secret of Illistera. The whole Earth is just a mimic.
Oh my god, we're just like parasites on the mimic.
That would be crazy, actually.
Okay, now you're you're making me think wait a minute, how would that work?
Yeah, I know. I'm doing the same thing. Okay, so
So I think we could bum around the city and do a few light things and
Yeah. So
I'm gonna try to look for Irina.
okay. Okay. Yeah. So look for Irina if there's stuff you want to research. If you guys want to train here, if you want to go back to the cave, we're kind of at a nice little break point here. A bit of the world has opened up. So yeah, where you guys want to dig in and focus and go to next, call it out.
I think we should go take care of Dez.
Yeah.
I think that's a good. I think that's a good segue to go visit these elves
Okay.
or whatever we might need. But I'm open to.
Well, and I was
ideas.
going to say I think it would be, spending the week, again, for leveling purposes and stuff like that. For Theo, his main three things is going to be, well, again, checking up on Akamu, and he's going to try to make it less creepy this time, but more along the lines of like, where he I don't know, shows up with like breakfast or whatever, just making sure you're still alive, kind of thing. It's like, because it concerns him, and she's pretty, and so it's like it's kind of awkward, and so it's like, but no, but then also, also like again going back to the Temple of Droom and going back to like what he knows, which is praying, which is reading, which is working on the temple, cleaning and stuff like that. And then basically with all the rest of his spare time and everything like that, he completely gets out of his robes, his uniforms and anything that says that he's attached to Droom at all, like kind of goes incognito, and he would be going to research over at the Stormforge temple.
Stormcaller. Okay. Yeah.
The Stormcaller and everything like that. To like puts on sunglasses or whatever. Just like, hello.
Okay. All right. That's fun.
Funny.
He starts adapting a persona more like Des, like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm just here to," he's like just trying to act completely different. So, but that's basically what I'm thinking Theo would be doing for this next week. And then, barring any, with any kind of information, if it's like, we're not getting anywhere, sending letters back to home and stuff like that, to try to figure out, like, okay, hey Dad, who should I go and talk to? And this is something that I've been wanting to talk to you about, Corey. I've been working on some of the background stuff, but sending messages back to his dad to be like, hey, the elves up north and everything like that. Like, who would I want to talk to about, this, that, and the other? So, anyways,
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because the day, whatever session that was, where we dropped off Orson's family with your folks, you were gone that session. So I just kind of glossed over it and said, yeah, they go there. We'll go meet them some other time when you're available.
Well, we probably need to go tell the family about
Oh, that's right.
Oh, well, that too. Yeah.
the trial and
Yeah,
everything.
That's
So
100% a stop.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
especially if we're
Yeah.
gonna go potentially visit the elves anyway.
hmm
They would
Because
be
it's like
along
a
the way,
day's.
potentially
Because we had said it's basically like half a day to a day's travel to
north,
About
the
half,
family farm.
about a half a day
and
to
they're
your
like
family
north
farm.
of the city. Yeah, so and they're like north of the city. You said the elves are to the north. That would
Mhm.
make sense.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do that.
Yeah, Orson's gonna spend his time meditating, focusing on strength, knowing what it takes to strengthen clay and fire it, and trying to strengthen his own body is his main focus for this leveling. He's felt a little weak in the fights that he's had to take on, and his goal is to gain in some toughness.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Absolutely. Yeah. You spend your time with your forge. I'm kind of thinking how I want to do this because there is some info dump I want to do when you guys level, but I don't have it quite pulled together. So maybe I'll probably dump that on you guys in Discord, and we can kind of recap it next session a little bit.
Sick.
I in between my time of searching for
Irina.
I was about to pull it up. So close. I also want to just sit in a room, but not dark, and with Pebble, and like rent a room or actually not even rent a room. I'll go to the like dusty place, and I'll go like to the place that we teleported in
Sure.
to, and I'll just sit with my thoughts, try to connect, talk to Umya, and maybe figure out why exactly his kind were targeted and what kind of power makes them so special and so wanted, um, and stuff like that.
Okay.
And that'll be for my just to clarify for my level up.
Sure.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Last
Not
but
to
not least,
real quick. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure just so I don't forget the room that we all teleported out of and everything like that. That ends up like in the alleyway or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What is the rest of that building? Or is it just like a door and a wall somewhere? Like I think I missed that last session.
You came out in a like a storage room, sort of in this structure, filled with overturned chairs, and like there was a rug across the ground, like over the teleportation symbol. Super dusty, super unused. It opened up into a well-appointed but similarly under-cared for structure. Like what might have been kind of a nice little, like a large townhouse kind of thing in the city. Paintings on the wall, and like there was a banister leading up to the second floor with a few bedrooms. But yeah, it didn't seem like it had been occupied for quite a while.
last but not least, Des would spend the week not learning himself, but he would be teaching Hilly how to become a better storyteller
Okay.
with the news. Trying to become more, hey, like this is the truth of the story and things like that. I understand you didn't have much time. I understand you were in a crunch, but that doesn't excuse
You didn't give me much to
uh,
go on.
I'm sorry, man, but you could have investigated. That's just the honest truth. That's your job, not mine. I just gave you the story.
You're right. Man, Holland's going to be
Uh,
so pissed if he finds out.
so I will. Yeah, I'm just gonna teach Hilly, and I'm also gonna like learn through that, like reinforce old things. I might go around and do a couple of corners selling newspapers to help my friends out. But apart from that, just hang out, appreciate the time I have at home. Like I think of it like Dez is he moved to Throom, so it's like a kid moving to New York, so it's like his second home with the
Mhm.
people he found at a time where it probably was difficult to find connection. So he's just spending time with a bunch of people he really cares about, and he really appreciates, and
Yeah.
telling some good stories.
That's
and seeing them.
exactly how I think about Dez as well. From the tiny little halfling village to the big city. Yeah, just trying to make his mark and everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Theo, you go and check on Akamu a few times over the next week or so. Yeah, bring her breakfast. It becomes more of a cordial relationship, less of the awkward like, why are you following me kind of thing, as you kind of explain briefly about like who you are and what you do and stuff. Yeah, your undercover attendance at the Stormcaller Temple is pretty eye-opening, I think, for you probably. Where Droom's temple is austere and proper. I think of it more like a traditional sort of Catholic service. Like there are a lot of rites and procedures, and everything is done properly and reverently and everything. Going to the Stormcaller is like going to a mega church.
God damn it! I knew you were going to say that.
It's chaos. It's not so much of the like the waving and the everything, but there's just a lot of energy and powerful speech and talk about how we're all called to follow our own path, and that is right and good, and you should be doing everything following your impulses, and not bringing harm, but seeking joy and seeking pleasure and seeking like much more of a freedom of living and of following your own code kind of message than Droom's stick to the law, the letter of the law kind of approach.
Theo, this place is great. We should spend more time here.
Salvior and Flanissa, the two Stormforged, are impossible to miss there. They both stand a little over 6 feet tall, with like literal energy like arcing between their joints and spots, all made of mostly metal, but kind of like sand blasted almost, like it's kind of roughly hewn. Yeah, a lot electrical energy, like these glowing bright eyes. They are quite the sight to behold. Salvior seems to be a little bit smaller framed than Flanissa, who kind of dominates the stage. She definitely seems to have the bigger personality between them. But yeah, they are up and cheering and getting people in the spirit, and like t-shirt cannons and giving out food and clothing and all kinds of stuff.
That's
and
hilarious.
yeah, it's quite the party over there. Yeah.
So, in addition to in these fact fighting missions and things like that, and just like every in response to Orson, he's like, "We are pilgrims in unholy land."
That's hilarious.
If Dez is there, he's like trying to cover Dez's eyes, or like inadvertently.
I don't want to miss anything. Come on.
I think they might give a lot of Guccini away here, Des.
Basically he just wants to try to find the research stations, the libraries. I want to find out more about the history of all of this.
all of the Stormcaller.
Yeah, well, because again, specifically and actually after seeing them again and everything like that, he's suddenly reminded as well of his vision. And that's one of the things too that he just like, yes, he wants to spend a lot of his time trying to do research, like basically trying to research exorcism rituals for Des. Okay. But he also, again, after seeing them up there and dancing around and everything like that, and recalling his vision, his initial vision, because, and correct me if I'm wrong, I never received a second vision like everybody else.
You did not. No, when you leveled up last time, it was very focused on, because you were gone for that. I think that was the same session.
That was the same session.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very much focused on Vikram kind of instructing you about how the city's going to shit, and there is crime, there is all kinds of crap going on, and somebody needs to step up and take a stand. And he was kind of suggesting that you're clearly on a path for something, and this could be that something. So I used that. I justified that with your oath of the crown, like loyalty to city and civilization and stuff.
Okay, perfect. I just it's something I've been meaning to ask you, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't get a vision. No, but
you haven't been back and messed around with that sphere since then either.
Sure, that's true. Well, but that's the other thing. Well, at this point and everything like that, he, because again, like from what I remember from my vision, it's like the Warforged that I was looking at, or it's like looked nothing. Did not seem to have nearly as much energy, which, again, this is just him internalizing. It's like he seemed nothing like them and everything like that. And so, he starts to, he wants to try to do research and everything like that as well, to be like, okay, well, what kind of information would they have on notable Stormforged and stuff like that throughout history, or something along those lines, like, just like some kind of, again, the energy and everything that being in the vision radiated was like, no, this is something different. It's like, what do they know?
Okay,
is what I'm trying to get at. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'll put that together for you.
Okay, no worries.
It's a lot of stuff, actually.
Okay,
researching the exorcism, Steve. Dang it, funny.
Maxwell, you are able to track Irina down after a few days. So with all of this stuff, with training and everything, I'm gonna call probably that plus research and other stuff, maybe 10 to 14 days total, hanging out in the city doing all this stuff.
Sure.
So yeah, so Max, you're eventually able to track Irina down, and find that she is she lives on the street. She's got a little hovel that she's built into or in between a couple buildings. Yeah, that's where you eventually catch her.
I'm gonna walk up to her, and I guess I'm gonna walk, but not to her. I'm gonna walk a little bit away, like 10 feet away, and then in her head, she's gonna hear, "Nice to see you again."
She immediately starts looking up and all around until she turns around and catches eyes with you again.
And
And
then
says,
I'm gonna raise my I'm
"Oh,
gonna raise my hand and like just try to slowly make my way to get closer to her, but not right next to her.
okay." She kind of scrabbles back against the wall for a second and says, and just looks kind of fearful of you. They're not supposed to look like people.
I'm not one of them. I'm different. Um, I've seen. Uh, when did you start seeing?
She nods over your shoulder up at the corner of a building where one is sitting. I don't know, long time. Now they just watch. But I see them. Someone's got to watch the watchers. I don't know, year now, 2 years.
And
They're not right.
I agree with that. When what happened to start this,
I don't know. I
if anything?
don't know. Was just minding my business. Trying to get the people to act, get them to do things about all the problems, about the dragons and all the monsters that live under the streets, and nobody believes Irina. Went and talked to the council, and they wouldn't do anything, and eventually I just started seeing them. They showed up. Don't know how long they've been there. I don't know if I just started seeing them at some point or if they didn't appear until then. I don't sleep much.
I have a place that you can stay if you'd like, just for a little bit.
Are they there?
Are they?
Where are you talking about?
The safe house, I guess.
No, you did not see any of them at that abandoned house.
No, it's quiet. It's loud, but there's nothing in there except, I guess, you, if you choose to stay.
Give me a persuasion check.
That. Not bad.
Plenty good.
Damn.
She kind of like stands up, bends back down and grabs a little bag of something, and holds it close to her again, and stands up and just sort of like looks at you, with hope and worry.
I'm gonna bring her to the the place. I'm gonna find a room upstairs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. It. This is yours. One thing, one condition of living here, you have to make sure that no one comes in other than you and other than me and my friend. You remember the people that I was with?
You guys
Those
stand out.
people are the Those people and me are the only people allowed in. Watch this house, and you can live in it. It's safe. Trust.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my hand and give her a good berry, and I'm going to give her 5 silver.
Okay.
This is if you need to buy anything. I understand what's happening. Okay. I just don't know what questions I have, but I know I have, and I trust that you'll give me answers. You'll give me the answers when the time comes.
I don't have the answers. It's only questions.
Well, at least I know that it's not only, and at least you know that it's not only you.
She takes your hand for a second, and hers are still kind of quivering a little bit, but takes your hand for just a second and gives you a little smile and turns and starts to head upstairs.
And then I'll just take another room, stay there for the day, just check how she adjusts and whether or not she should be in there if she's like destroying the place, trying to protect it or something.
Okay. All right. I'm just call it. I'm just going to call it the safe house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Headquarters.
Yeah. Through HQ.
Room HQ. There you go.
HQ.
Okay. Cool.
TQ.
Yeah, Des teaching Hilly how to write a little better. I think your lessons probably go reasonably well. I presume you're not doing this at the Herald.
No.
But yeah, kind of teach him about story structure and compelling protagonists and building a narrative to support the case you're trying to create and everything.
A truthful narrative.
Truthful narrative, yes. Yeah, he failed on that point before for sure. Yeah, and as you're kind of going over all these lessons, are reminding yourself how to craft those stories as well. Orson, going to collect your family. I think let's save that for next session when we do Theo re-meeting his, and we'll use that
Sounds
as the
good.
launching point for heading up to visit the elves, if that's where this ends up going.
Can I add one more thing with Des? Because basically at this point and everything, it's like Theo would have asked Des, like when he's like, oh, going off with his revelry with his friends and everything there in the city, would have been to be, Des, we should probably figure out the history of the of the safe house that we're appearing in.
That's
We
what
should
I was
probably
thinking too. I was wondering if there was any property records to see if there
exactly
was
and see if we can secure them.
Yeah,
If
that sounds
if
like
they're-
a great idea.
But we should probably be very quiet about it.
Sure, I'm not sure exactly where we could get a hold of a list of property records, but we could probably find and see what's out there.
Oh, a bunch of people in a newsroom at in the city. So
Sure.
I leave. Thank you, Des. I'm glad you're always one step ahead of me.
On Corey, on the next Sun's Day, Orson's gonna go wait in line at the
For another
Coronal
appointment?
and
Okay.
just eat eggs. But he's not actually gonna
He gets up to the front.
get an appointment or anything. He's just gonna kind of wait in line and just like keep going in front of him.
That's amazing.
Go ahead. I
He's in
love
front of the door. No, you can go ahead. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Just free
Like right
eggs
there, number one.
yeah.
Go ahead.
until it closes.
I love it. I love
My
He knows
God.
it only lasts, till 1 o'clock or so. So
Yeah,
get there early.
that's awesome. I love it. Yeah, your scam goes undetected.
Here's this harmless old man. He's not harassing anyone. He just wants to eat eggs.
Yeah. I love that.
Question: Does when Orson stays, does it close later?
Oh, does the do the
The
petitions close at a
Coronal
later time?
first?
Oh, good question.
That is an interesting question. They, my God, that spun in a circle for a while. They close a little closer to like 4 that day. Like it feels a little later in the day.
He might not say that long.
Did they close?
That's a lot of
after
eggs.
RC?
They do,
Like directly?
yeah. They closed after the beat again.
Even Orson has his limit.
That's a lot of eggs.
Sometimes there's such a thing as too many eggs.
It takes some to bring back.
He's eating like a dozen all by himself.
Oh, I'm glad we don't have a carriage that I have to ride in. Oh boy,
That sulfur stink of hard-boiled egg is like strong on his breath.
He's trying to pound that protein to gain
Beef
some-
up.
Of course.
wherever the party is staying, we make sure that Orson has his own room.
Yeah.
It's properly ventilated.
Yeah. He sleeps by the window.
Yeah. Has to be open.
funny.
All right, cool. Any other stuff you guys want to deal with here? Otherwise, I will assemble notes on the research and the other things and share those with you guys over the coming week.
I don't
Nothing
think
else?
so.
Good to go? All right.
Not that I can think of anyway.
Well, there's always Discord, and there's always next week.
I'll say our good friend Calder will need to level
Ye-
up as well.
Yeah, I'll need to fill him in on all this
Right.
too, see if he's got any other to-dos while you guys have some downtime here. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we're going to call it a little early then, as this kind of wraps up that first assassination, kidnapping arc chasing Mahdi down. It sounds like the next one is focused on fixing our little halfling friend.
The cleansing of Felgar.
The cleansing.
Letting us all go.
Yeah.
Man, cool.
I love it.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. To the folks at Above VTT for making this this awesome tool that we use. Is my dog on screen? Yes. Hi, boys. Go. How are you doing?
Oh, he was, oh, I can't wait to see you, boy.
He's so cute.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the stream, come hang out with us on Discord. Like, subscribe, all that jazz that everybody does on all the things that they enjoy these days. We will be back next Wednesday, the 29th? 29th. We'll be back next Wednesday, the 29th, to see where this goes next. And until then, we remain your unseen servants. Thank you and have a good night.
Oh my God.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks.
I thank you.